This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
New on Curiosity Stream. Are we close to building machines that are almost human? And can new technology give us superpowers? Find out on Super Sapiens. And in 1919, a British composer wrote the longest and most complex symphony in history. Conductors tried to perform it, but failed, declaring it cursed. Now a group of musicians will attempt the impossible, if they dare, on Curse of the Gothic Symphony. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a funny video we get up on the BJ and Migs page of KISW.com, and it's got this girl that's in her bedroom trying to record a video, but then she gets interrupted by her roommate who's outside her door, and the roommate starts giving her grief about some missing pizza rolls, which, I mean, I think that's a legitimate complaint. So she lets him ramble on until he finishes, but then she says, "Oh, hey, by the way, dude, it's all recorded."
Okay, so this one is really for the girls. Okay, so...
Hey, Caitlin!
What?
Have you eaten any pizza rolls since the night that I made those pizza rolls?
No.
Okay, so listen. I'm keeping track of how many pizza rolls we eat on the fridge because I took 36 of them hoes out the other night, and the bag tried to tell me there was 100 in there, which means that there would be 64 rolls left in that bag, and I'll tell you what, it looks like about 40. So if I find out that there's only like 70-something rolls in that bag, we're calling Totino's, and we're leaving them a very strongly worded message.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
At first I was going to be like, this guy's an idiot or a douche. I thought he was going to be like, hey, if there's only this amount, you and I are going to have a conversation.
Yeah, right.
But that took a turn that I wasn't expecting, where he's just, hey, let's call Totino's and bitch at them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's he's like, oh, I know it's not you, but you know what? They're not going to shortchange me my pizza rolls, the big man. Yep. All right, big business ain't getting me.
Based on my roommate interactions, that was about to be a fight between who stole the pizza rolls.
Right. That's what I think everyone who's ever had a roommate, you instantly start thinking about that son of a bitch ate my whatever, or drank my pomegranate juice. I'll never forget that.
Oh, wow.
Remember that pom juice?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
That was not cheap.
No. And it's still around, too, and it's gotten even more expensive.
I've stayed away from it ever since. But I remember buying it. I was broke, and I remember, I'm treating myself. I don't know why I thought buying pomegranate juice was treating myself.
You're living the high life, brother.
Man, I had a thing for that bottle. It was nice and curvy.
Excuse me?
Whoa. Kidding. I mean, this was in your single day, so it makes sense.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Danny gets it.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, so it's Palma Slammet juice is what
so I get it. I'm like, I'm going to have this pomegranate juice later. It's going to be awesome. And I go to the fridge and it's gone. Oh. And I'm just like, where the hell? No, actually, it wasn't gone. It was there, except there was like a little bit left. And I remember getting so mad at my roommate. I'm like, where the F is my pomegranate juice? I got drunk and I drank it last night. I'm like, what? I was so pissed off. I never ever hit a roommate or anything. I came pretty close at that moment. I just wanted to deck him.
And he didn't offer to pay back?
He eventually went to the store later on that day. Okay. I don't think he was planning on it until I freaked out. He's probably like, why is this guy freaking out? Until he probably realized later on why I freaked out was because it was so damn expensive.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, because you were ready to call the pomegranate juice company.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what is going on? How much did you put in here?
Do you think he wasn't going to blame her because he was attracted to her?
Yeah, because they're roommates.
Maybe,
if they were boyfriend girlfriend, then he'd have to choose his words wisely. But at roommates, yeah, I think you're right, Steve.
I mean, I don't know.
I think you may be right. Because look, if you are trying to get with somebody, last thing you want to do is say, "Hey, you're eating my food. What the hell's going on?"
Good call.
Yeah, nothing's a mood killer more than accusing somebody of stealing your pizza rolls.
Yeah, yeah, that's everything about that was fantastic.
I just want to know what the video was for the ladies. She said she was making a video for the ladies, and we never got to it.
Pizza rolls without your roommate noticing.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that would have been how great would that have been if she was about to come clean on that? I've been effing with this guy and taking more and more pizza rolls out and see if he notices. And that would have been.
Ladies, you got a male roommate. You know how you can mess with them. Eat their food. They'll never get mad at you.
They'll never. For the ladies only. All right. Well, Steve, you know what? Maybe she had a pomegranate bottle, and you know what? Things were about to, get crazy.
Oh, jeez.
Steve's dream.
It was just a cool looking bottle. You got
yeah.
It was. It was like a little snowman or something like that. Like a purple snowman.
Okay, don't bring up snowman. You know it's traumatizing for us.
That's why I brought it up.
Hey, we got a woman that, oh man. I would be disturbed by this. A woman found a naked man that was living in the trunk of her car. Oh, yeah. Steve will tell you all about this. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Nope. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Mix Report.
Well, thanks, you guys. And today, a very special day. Enjoy yourself some fettuccine because it's Fettuccine Alfredo Day.
Oh, nice.
I would take that.
Really?
Yeah. A little pasta on a Monday?
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that.
That or, I don't know, get some shoes out and do some ballet because it's National Ballet Day.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. I don't think any of us. Well, I guess your daughter, BJ, probably would be the closest to being able to do any ballet moves.
Yeah, probably. I know that wasn't her favorite form of dance, but she could do it.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of who else. Maybe your son?
He was really good at ballet.
He was going to do ballet, and then he found basketball in there.
Yeah, that was.
He looks great in a tutu, though.
Oh, my. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Let's head up north to Vancouver, British Columbia, where we have a weirder story than Joe wearing a tutu. We have a story about a woman, her car, and a naked man.
Oh, this all sounds like a wonderful story to us.
So the woman's name is Bethany, and I guess about a week ago, she found some mud in the driver's side seat of her car. And she's like, well, that's kind of odd. But she usually leaves her car unlocked. So she was like, okay, maybe a homeless guy got in there. I have no idea. So maybe I should start locking my car. So that's what she started to do. She steam cleaned the whole seat. And then 3 days later, she went to put something in her car at work and realized there was something hanging out of her trunk. She's like, what the hell is going on? She also noticed that the windows were fogged up. And then she was putting something on her passenger seat when she heard a voice go, hey, which would make me just run.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll come back later. I'll call the cops. Yeah. So she looked over and she saw a guy's face in the passenger, like that hole that leads to the trunk.
Oh, boy.
So she's like, what in the world is going on? And she also noticed he wasn't wearing any clothes.
Oh, yeah,
man.
baby.
So what did she do? She grabbed her cell phone, hit record, and got video of her meeting her new friend that was hanging out in the trunk of her car naked.
Why are you in my trunk and are you naked?
Yeah.
What?
It's a rite of passage.
To be... how did you get in there?
I'm the son of the Pope. Can I put my pants on?
We appreciate that.
Yeah, we really appreciate that.
All right, that was the cops talking to him afterwards because she, of course, called the cops.
Yeah.
She wasn't like, "Oh, this is awesome! The son of the Pope's hanging out in my car."
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I mean, this is a rite of passage. I don't know if she knows Catholicism, but that's exactly how it gets done. You have to be naked in a car in British Columbia.
That's why I stopped being an altar boy. Finally, like, you guys need to become an altar man.
Yeah, and of course, you have to cross the altar bridge to get from altar boy.
Okay. Anyways, shocking. This guy had some drinking problems going on.
He did not.
And he said he thought that somebody was chasing him, so he climbed into her trunk, and he was there for 3 days. I mean, thankfully for him, because of the weather, he didn't freeze to death. And the cops say he's getting the help that he needs now. Which I imagine he needs some help. But the crazy part is, Bethany said that she was driving around with him, running errands for the last couple of days. So while he was living in the trunk of her car, she's just doing stuff, never heard a peep from him.
Wow, Bethany, I mean, I feel like I would be aware of this. I don't know, I feel like, can you tell when your car's got like a load in it, as it were?
I don't really notice, like, if I have, like, because I sometimes put, like, my drums or my hockey gear, and that's right.
So you're used to driving around with some heavy stuff in there a lot.
And
so
I
that
never noticed a big difference. I'm not really going down, like, massive hills where I would feel it, though.
I don't. Yeah, I say I don't carry. Whenever I carry something in my car, like if I buy something at the store, I feel like I notice it. So maybe that's just me.
I mean, I might just be oblivious, like Bethany. Bethany seems like she just doesn't really have much care in the world.
I'm surprised
doesn't lock her doors. Doesn't seem to notice there's a naked man in her trunk.
Really, and then also just says, you know what? There's a dude that said, hey, peeks the face out, like you said, you'd run, Steve. She goes, I'll pull out my phone and record it. I'd be like, that's the last thing I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure the cops are here before I do anything else.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. Well, it's nice she got it on. She recorded it for our entertainment.
Well, that's not the only story about some weird break-ins. This one happened in Den's old neck of the woods, which is New Mexico. A couple from Santa Fe.
Yep.
They came home last Sunday, and they found that a man broke into their house, took a bath, and also took a nap. And they even busted him in the middle of him staying at their house, eating shrimp and drinking beer. Danny, where were you this weekend?
Now, Santa Fe.
And Danny knows, Santa Fe is not exactly like Albuquerque.
In a good or a bad way, I have no idea.
Well, Albuquerque's kind of known, for Breaking Bad and stuff like that. But Santa Fe, isn't that where? I'm thinking of Sedona. Never mind, Danny. I thought, yeah. Sedona's like new agey people. So Santa Fe, I totally don't know anything about Santa Fe.
Yeah, Santa Fe is kind of like mini Portland.
Okay.
Very artsy, very kind of out there, and
good
very
steaks.
Expensive. Good steaks, yeah.
Okay. Well, in addition to all of this, they noticed he had a duffel bag with a rifle in it. So they're like, okay, this is kind of weird. And so they got a little spooked by the guy, and he's like, but oddly enough, the guy goes, I'm very embarrassed about all this, and he's very sorry. He said, I'm sorry for breaking into your house, breaking your window. In fact, here's $200 as reimbursement, and he's going to leave. Wow.
That's how we do it in New Mexico.
That is so not what I expected from that story.
Sorry, I ate your shrimp.
So he leaves after eating the shrimp, drinking the beer, leaves $200, like the Incredible Hulk when he took clothes off of the clothesline, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
that's a good point.
Cops eventually track him down about 100 miles later because his car breaks down, and he tells them, he's running from somebody because someone in his family was killed in Texas.
Yeah. Oh, what?
Jeez. But then he also says that he was caught in a blizzard and afraid he might freeze, so he broke into the house because of that. So we're not sure which story is true. I'm leaning more towards the cold.
Yeah.
But there's a blizzard of killers though in Texas. I just heard that story. Yeah.
Well, anyways, the guy was arrested.
Yeah,
Shocking.
he was.
Shocking. All right, so the Pro Bowl was over the weekend. Anyone watch it?
No.
I watched 0 minutes, 0 seconds of this thing.
Not at all.
Oh, wow, you watched more than I did.
Yeah. I think I saw a TikTok about one play.
I read a couple tweets. There's the same complaint every year. No one tries hard.
No one does anything.
Might as well just call it a flag football game.
Yeah, I mean, saw that tweet.
Yeah, so, the AFC won 41-35.
Oh, they did? Oh,
yes.
wow.
NHL All-Star game also happened. They do it kind of like a tournament style because it's 3-on-3, so all the divisions play each other. It ended up with the Metropolitan Division taking on the Central, and the Central lost, so the Metropolitan won it 5-3 in the finals. But Jordan Eberle was there. That was pretty cool. He scored a goal during the All-Star game.
Whoa!
He was also part of the All-Star competition, the skills competition. He was part of it was a weird setup, but it was kind of a cool visual. They put a bunch of players out on in the fountain and in Vegas, like that was it outside of the Bellagio?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they had like a little thing called the fountain face-off, and they had like little pods in the water where you would stand in one, and then you had to shoot the puck, try to get into a goal or into a different spot on another pod. So it's like trying to check like how good of your accuracy is, right?
Oh, okay.
So here's a part of that, and I don't know. I feel like some people just want to complain for the sake of complaining. He was being interviewed, and some people are like, he doesn't sound very happy to be a part of the Seattle Kraken because of this interview. So here's the interview while he's doing the Fountain Face-Off.
What's it like for you? You're in a new city, new team. Tell us about it.
It's new. It's a great city.
Good answer. Good.
Great city, great fan base, all the above. It's awesome. It's been great so far.
Man, I can't believe all he had to say is it's new. Well,
we just said great fan base and great city. What else do you want to? He's an athlete. Most athletes don't really know how to speak in a way that's entertaining for your pleasure.
And also throughout he was interviewed a bunch. He said, "Hey, it meant a lot that he got to have the goal. He wanted to score for the Seattle Kraken and all this." But of course, people like to twist everything into something.
Plus, it's in the middle of what they're doing too.
But he said nice things.
Yeah,
he was a man of few words, but that's kind of what that's what a lot of athletes are.
But even the guys that were out there with him were laughing at him because all he had to say was, "It's new." I don't know. The highlight though was the breakaway competition because they did you could add personality and flair to it. So one guy did a nod to dodgeball and did it blindfolded while the mascots were throwing balls at him.
Oh, that's fun.
And he scored blindfolded, which was pretty awesome. It was Trevor Zegras. That was pretty cool. Another guy, also Alan the Brinkcat, I think he plays for Chicago. He dressed up as Alan from The Hangover.
Oh, really?
And then he received he had a baby on him, not a real baby, but like a fake baby attached to him. Derek Carr from the Raiders threw a football at him. He caught a little mini football. He dropped it on the ice and then scored with that. That was pretty cool.
Oh, look
so
at
people
this.
having some fun.
Yeah.
But the guy who had the most fun, Las Vegas Knights coach Pete DeBoer. He used to be the Devils coach, so I remember him. He was also the Sharks coach. So apparently, after the skills competition, I guess his skill was getting wasted.
Oh, really?
Because the next day, the day of the All-Star game, which he's coaching, he's being interviewed by the press, and this is what he had to say while they were talking to him.
I'll be honest with you, I'm a little hungover today, so I'm not going to lie to you. Yesterday, I was fully focused on the skills, and there was some excellent stuff, but today's a little bit of foggy for me.
Dude got wasted the night before with
That's
some of his
fantastic.
We're in Vegas. Who cares if we win or lose?
Sounds like your tournament, Steve.
Yeah.
Right, we need to invite him to Spokane.
Hell yeah.
Boy, that's what you got to love about hockey. I don't know if I've ever heard any other, coach or manager in sports ever say that. That's what you got to love about hockey.
Never. That was so great. He's like, look, guys, I'm hungover. Leave me. And he looked disheveled. It was awesome, dude.
Well, look, you're going to hold something like this in Vegas with a bunch of hockey dudes. What do you expect?
Vegas was also hosting the Pro Bowl. So it was just crazy over there.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Whoa! Wow, the Pro Bowl and the NHL All-Star Game, which basically the Pro Bowl is the football All-Star Game. I mean, that's pretty epic that happened at the same weekend. Yeah, and I was just thinking it's crazy that they had them at the same time. I had no idea they were in the same place, which actually makes it kind of cool.
Fun weekend if you're a sports enthusiast, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Seawolves started off their 2022 season thanks to Rucky, the Seawolves mascot, for letting us know in the world of rugby. Big win, 21-8. So there you go.
Oh, man, they're not maybe another championship season.
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, when you got Rucky as your mascot, you don't lose.
That's a good point.
And I love this text because I always love this conversation every year when they talk about the Pro Bowl. Someone said, wouldn't you rather watch the Toilet Bowl, the two worst teams fighting for the first round pick? I would watch that over the Pro Bowl. You're damn right I would.
Wow. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It comes up a lot, and our buddy Spike O'Neill, he posted something on Facebook about that yesterday, and I'm 100% with that. I really am. I think that would be a lot of fun because that does mean something. A first-round draft pick, and I think, that's what I'd want to watch the week before the Super Bowl is, if you will. I don't know if they can call it the Toilet Bowl. I don't know if they have that kind of a sense of humor.
Yeah, I don't know if those two teams would want to say that. I don't know. Maybe some have a sense of humor. But not all. But some of them would be like, that's awesome. We're playing in the Toilet Bowl.
But the Draft Bowl, it would be, the second to last and last place team going at it. How fun would that? But see, that would be a lot of fun. I'm 100% behind that. How many times we watch the Lions on Turkey Day, and we'll watch that game even though the Lions are horrible and always are horrible. We still watch it.
It's football and it's competitive and that's all you care about. Like, that's why people don't like the Pro Bowl. It's not fun.
Yeah,
and honestly, I'm not even a big fan of like watching the NHL All-Star game. Some of it's okay, but at least like in that situation, the goalies are still playing hard. Like you can still play hard without contact. You know, like it's definitely more finesse. But in football, without contact, it's no fun.
Agreed. Yeah.
Toilet bowl, BJ. Let's make it happen.
I'm 100% behind it. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, man, the merchandise would be so awesome, too. I would get a shirt.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. I would, too.
Sponsored by Scrubbing Bubbles.
Yes. I mean, look, and if you're scrubbing bubbles, you'll go NFL. Sure, I'm ready for this.
Right?
And every time someone scores, like a flush sound happens.
All right, well, listen, we want this idea to happen, so let's just baby step, Steve.
It's like the Nickelodeon stuff instead of slime. Oh, well, never mind.
Okay. Yes,
oh, wow. You know, see, you two are ruining this great marketing opportunity.
Even I thought that was too much.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Yeah, you're flushing the whole idea is what you're doing.
Yeah. Hey,
all right, as far as weather, 50 degrees, going to be cloudy today. That's the Mix Report, and that's what's up.
On Friday, Steve, he did get this one right.
Topolino is the Italian name for what Disney character?
Pinocchio?
No.
Topolina?
Topolino.
Hey, Mickey Mouse.
Yes. Hey.
Unbelievable. You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. Maybe you can beat the Luck Bomber as you're beating Miggs. We'll do that at 650 on Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too big to fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
New on Curiosity Stream, the Arctic, frigid, desolate, unforgiving. And without canine companions, early humans never stood a chance. Discover how man and dog learned to thrive together where neither could survive alone in Ice Dogs. Plus,
why would a Nazi major be protecting and saving Jews?
Against orders, against time, the SS major that sheltered and saved thousands of Jews. It's the good Nazi. Watch now on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit CuriosityStream.com.